Hmm. Well, that was a nice surprise. Well, it's been a while, Red Green Yaks. I just made that shit up. Since I had a review for a daily pay per view, really, since WrestleMania, I did not watch WrestleMania Backlash, and I watched some of Hell in a Cell. Just the product has been very shitty, and I felt like I needed a break. And then this is what got me back. I've now watched SmackDown Raw since pretty much since WrestleMania, because it's just there's so much stuff I don't care. So after pretty much missing a whole pay per view and half of another one, I decided I want to watch Money in the Bank. Why? Money in the Bank is one of my favorite times of the year, just like the Rumble, WrestleMania season, SummerSlam season, Survivor Season. I always have this special spot for Money in the Bank because they're always fun matches. I mean, really, even the worst of Money in the Bank is still some entertaining Money in the Bank. And after last year, we saw Nikki Ash and Biggie Win, who are going to be the winners this year. Well, obviously, if you're looking at the picture in front of you, you already know the answer to that. But so overall, how was Money in the Bank 2022? Shockingly and surprisingly, pretty fucking solid, actually. More than what I expected. Like I said, I came in here a little excited because Money in the Bank time, those matches almost always delivered. It's kind of hard to have a bad one because they're always fun, especially when the competitors are fun. So, I mean, the very first match was just, to me anyway, it was a banger. The women's Money in the Bank match, which feature Raquel, Shotzi, Liv, Becky, Asuka, Lacey, and Alexa. So right there alone, we have a pretty strong lineup of women. Specifically, to me, Liv, Becky, Asuka, and Alexa are like the main four out of the seven to me. But can't go wrong with any of them really. And which were the four I was hoping for. But really, the one I really, really wanted was Liv Morgan. I've been a fan of Liv Morgan for a long time. And I wanted her moment to come. I wanted her to win the title. I was disappointed when she didn't, win it at day one. And then her momentum kind of got squashed. And then it seemed like everything their build was destroyed immediately. So to see this match here be won by Liv Morgan, I jumped out of my seat of excitement. I was so fucking excited. I was just, I yelled, and it happened. It happened, and it was a good match too. It was just everybody. See, these matches kind of always go by the same thing. Everybody plays their part. Everybody's in this match for something. Everybody played their part, and the match was good. Good uses of the ladder. It was pretty fucking good. And the fact that Liv won by knocking down Becky last. Becky Lynch is one of their main, women. That's who she knocked down to win. That's pretty big. And then it's pretty fucking exciting because I was like, oh man, this is awesome. When will she cash in? Obviously, if you can see the picture, you know how that goes on, but we'll discuss that a little bit later. So yeah, I'm here thinking, oh man, how is this gonna go? I hope this isn't going to be one of those where the cashing is a failure. For the women, that's yet to happen, but for the men, we've seen it a few times now with Baron Corbin, Damian Sandow, and John Cena. So I was really hoping it wasn't one of those. I'm like, watch them make Liv Morgan be the first one to fail a fucking cashing. But yeah, that was pretty fucking solid. Then it was Theory versus Bobby, also similar to the Liv Morgan. At first, I was a little confused by the booking in this case, not with the Liv Morgan one, but confused. The match itself was decent. I mean, Bobby was pretty much destroying Theory left and right, as you would expect, with Theory getting some good shots in whenever he could do something real sneaky like, or reverse something and throw him against a post, something, heel stuff. But overall, it was one of those where I'm like, who's gonna actually win this? Because Bobby needs to look strong. He's Bobby Lashley, and I complain when they don't book Bobby strong. But then Theory is their new golden boy, and if the long run is for him to face Cena. He needs to look strong. He needs to be. You need to look at him and be like, this guy could beat Cena for that match to be worth anything. So yeah, Bobby actually won with the Hurt Lock, which fucking Theory fucking tapped out. So he became the new United States champion. Like I said, similar to the Liv, my expectations were quickly fixed. Because with Liv, I was thinking she was maybe lose to cashing, and here I thought, okay, it's the end of Theory. It's over. So no, so Bobby is your new US champion, and which was a pretty decent match. If you know what you're getting here, it's not gonna be this back and forth. It's mostly Bobby destroying, Theory be sneaky, get him whenever he can type of thing. But it was actually pretty good. Now, Carmella versus Bianca, it was fine. There wasn't really anything that's like, oh yeah, this shit was awesome. It was fine. I mean, Carmella put on a pretty good performance. I feel like some people really sleep on Carmella. Like, she's not trash like some people make it seem out to be. I know she's no Sasha or Bailey, nothing like that. But Carmella, you can count on Carmella to give you a solid match. And this was just that. It was solid. It was solid. But the thing is, Bianca winning was kind of fucking obvious. I mean, Carmella wasn't even the original opponent to begin with. It was supposed to be Rhea Ripley. There was barely any story here, and it just kind of just happened. So it was like, was Carmella really gonna win this kind of random match that was happening now? Absolutely not. Now, interestingly though, Bianca won. I mean, Carmella fucking angered Bianca. She got hit with the kiss of death, and Bianca won. The interesting part is that Carmella attacked Bianca after the match, so this seems to probably gonna go to SummerSlam. But I'm not sure Bianca versus Carmella sounds like a SummerSlam worthy match. I'm not trying to sound like a dick, but it at least not to me anyway. So, I mean, maybe they'll improve on their second match, but is that really where we're going to get a SummerSlam for Bianca? I don't know. Like I said, it was just fine here. SummerSlam is like their second biggest pay-per-view. You got to come out with the best you got. It doesn't sound like the best you got. So, yeah, the match itself was fine. Then we had this fucking horrendous, horrible Alexa segment. Use Alexa segment. That it was just her going backstage. Sees Lily. Lily, what are all these clothes? Oh, yeah. Oh, you bought this? Yeah, you did. And then it's just this fucking wacky promoting of the Credit One daily credit card. I was like, seriously? Oh, what did you buy me? Like, Alexa really needs to drop that gimmick now. So, to reiterate, because I didn't even say, I kind of just jump forward here a lot. I'm kind of tired. I've been up for like 21 hours now. The women's Money in the Bank match wasn't up. The Theory versus Bobby was still up. The Carmella versus Bianca was fine. It's in the middle. I'm not gonna get it up. I'm not gonna get it down. And I don't rank segments, but I just wanted to bring that up because it was pretty bad. So it was easily, when it came to the one-on-one stuff, not either to the two ladder matches. When it came to the one-on-one stuff and the tag team stuff and all that normal stuff, easily best match of the night. Like I said, not counting the ladder matches, was the Users versus the Street Profits. Whew. Holy shit. So this is a match that shows you why these two teams are some of the best teams in WWE. And easily might be one of the best teams out there. And when you can look at multiple tag teams and you can put the Usos there, maybe the Street Profits there. You watch this match and you cannot tell me this shit was fire. You cannot tell me that. I don't remember the last time I got so involved in a match. And so in the early going, I'm like, the Usos win. It's obvious. Street Profits are going to lose. And I don't remember the last time before this where I went, wait a minute, what if the Usos don't win? Because the match was so fucking great, so back and forth. The kickouts were insane. At 2 different points, I actually thought the Street Profits were going to take it. It was just 2 of the best teams in the company right now, just going at it. Going at it. Some crazy good, awesome tag team moves, back and forth. Everybody had their time to shine. It was insane. Like, I was jumping out of my seat, excited, yelling, frustrated. I'm like, who is going to win? The crowd was fucking electric for this match because this was a fucking phenomenal match. At least to me, it's either a 10 out of 10, an A plus, heavy metal horns for awesome. However you want to look at it, it was just fucking amazing. The match was great and excellent. If you want a particular match to watch here in this pay per view, this would be that match. I always do that. If there's one thing you should watch, this is that match. Usos versus Street Profits. Incredible tag team match. Yeah, and the way it ended, I don't think it's over because Montez Ford's shoulder was actually still up when he got counted the 1, 2, 3, which was insane. At one point, he kicked out of the double super kick, which the Usos do. It was insane. And then they brought it up. I didn't even notice that. Then they had the replay. Kind of, you noticed it. So makes me wonder if that was always the plan or if that was maybe a fuck up and then they brought it up. I don't know, but you should definitely watch this match. At one point, I was even thinking Roman Reigns was gonna get involved here, make sure the Usos won or something. But yeah, no Roman Reigns. He's too good for us nowadays. So yeah, definitely watch this fucking match. This shit, like a 10 out of 10, A plus, heavy metal horns for awesome. This is the match you watch if you just wanna watch one. Just if you wanna watch just one, this is that one. I mean, the titles felt so important here in this match because of how great the match was, and the crowd was just so into it that it gets you more into it. So yeah, that's pretty fucking exciting. After that, there was like this vignette, which I was thinking Bray Wyatt Fiend, but as is going on now, people now are thinking Edge. It's weird. I mean, if it is Bray Wyatt, I can't wait. If it is Edge, well, I love Edge, but that'd be kind of underwhelming because, I mean, it's not like it wouldn't be a surprise. Edge is going around, it's still around right now, technically. So, yeah, I'm hoping it's Bray. If it's not Bray, I doubt it's Bray, though, because everything going around was, oh, Lord, it's just Latino heat. Oh, Kurt Angle's metal. Bray Wyatt doesn't really have much history with any of these people, so, yeah, it wouldn't make sense for it to be him. So, after that, we have Ronda Rousey versus Natalia. And I don't know if this was a bad match because it was bad. I don't know if it was really a good match that felt bad because it followed up on the Usos and Street Profits, which had the crowd so wild that the crowd was kind of somewhat dead by comparison here. And it was just, see, the other one was just back and forth and to move and all that. Here they made it more of a technical match. In this one, it was submission for submission, hold for hold, and stuff like that. But like I said, I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if the match was good, but it didn't feel good because of what came before. Or maybe the match fucking sucked. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. But to be honest, this whole thing's gonna get a pass because even though Ronda Rousey won by making Natalia tap out with the armbar, which Natalia was still standing, so it wasn't like the armbar while on the ground. Which in to me it was the right call. Natalia, no, not champion. Ronda keeps champ. But I did not expect, at least it didn't cross my mind at the time, that Liv Morgan was gonna come in because I'm like, ooh, this is Ronda Rousey we're talking about. Liv Morgan gonna be Ronda Rousey? I don't know about that. I mean, I'm okay with it, but like, would they book that? It's Ronda freaking Rousey. So she comes in, crowd's going wild, crowd's going bananas, which they also did when Liv won by grabbing the briefcase earlier, and they're going bananas and wild and crazy and excited, and I'm like, oh shit, she's gonna cash in. And then throughout Ronda's match, her leg was hurt, blah blah blah, and it started. And when she went to kick her, Ronda quickly grabbed Liv's ankle, put her in the ankle lock, and the crowd went bananas, booing the hell out of it. I got nervous, started like almost pulling my hair. I'm like, don't tell me they gave Liv the win just so they could have the first ever women's fail cash in. Because this would be the biggest slap in the fucking face to the fans here, right here. And for a while, she had her there for a while, and the crowd was just booing and booing. And it's just Liv. It's Liv's time. But eventually, Liv managed to kick Ronda Rousey, rolled her over, 1, 2, 3. Liv Morgan is your SmackDown Women's Champion. And I jumped. I yelled. I got excited as her time. There's nothing better than when you're a fan of a wrestler and you think they deserve something and you finally see them do it. Especially in like her case, in which has been she's deserved it for a while, and then they were just kind of bullshitting, and then she got a title shot, but then she lost. So as a fan, it was great as a fan to see her finally reach that mountain. Not only did she win the briefcase tonight, she won the title too. So I cannot fucking wait at all. I am beyond excited. So yeah, I said the Ronda Natalia stuff. I can't put my finger on it whether it was bad or good because of the match before, but the Liv stuff made me forget about the match, and the match itself, it is what it is. But the Liv moment and thing, it's just, as a huge fan, that's getting heavy metal host for awesome. How can it not? And it's definitely gonna make me check out SmackDown because, like I said, I've not watched anything to WrestleMania, so this is the time for me to watch stuff. So heavy metal stuff. Heavy metal orange for awesome for Liv Morgan. Sorry, I am very tired. Then last, but definitely not least, was the man's Money in the Bank. We started with the women, now we close with the man. Obviously, there's gonna be no cash in here because Roman Reigns is too good for us again, I want to say. And this was Omos, Riddle, Seth, Sheamus, Drew, Sammy, and Moss. And then right before the match started, here comes Adam Pearce and announces that one more person will join this Money in the Bank, making it an 8-man Money in the Bank. I might be wrong here, but so if I am wrong, correct me in the comments. Feel free. Making it the biggest Money in the Bank match, because there's 8 people here. You usually have 6. They had 7. That's 8. Now I make it the biggest Money in the Bank. So who is this mysterious 8th new member to this match? Well, of course, it could have been nobody else but Theory. I was about to say his first name, Austin, but we don't do that anymore. We don't do that here. It was Theory, and the crowd just booed and went bananas for that because they dislike him. But that's the point, You're not supposed to like him. He's a heel. So, really, I was okay with anybody winning, but for Moss and Omos. Moss, he's not ready yet. He just started to get his push. And Omos, I'm sorry, this is my opinion. He's straight up trash. I don't like him as a wrestler. I'm not in any way criticizing the man behind that character. I mean, he's probably a cool fucking dude, for example, but I don't know him. But I don't like him as a wrestler. I am not a fan. And I know that the only reason he was in here was because Big Show's not around. We need a big guy in here. Kane's not around. We need a big guy in here. And that's what he was. I'll be honest, the way he was booked in here, he was booked fucking strong. And I didn't have a problem with it in here. He was just running literally through the competition. It took work each time to bring him down. Whether it was a bunch of finishers at the same time, one after the other, getting buried by ladders. At one point, he got thrown to the announcer table because everybody picked him up together. 12 hands picking him up in the air like a rock star and threw him. Yeah. The part of a monster played it very well in this match, and that's the only reason he was here. So, that's fine. Like I said, Moss is not ready. So, I would have been okay with Riddle, Steph, Sheamus, Drew, Sammy, or then Theory by that point. And like I said, this was also a good match. There was some good spots with the ladder here. Some shit that have to fucking hurt. Like I didn't mention earlier, but the women's Becky did her little leg drop from the top of a ladder to another ladder, wow, sideways on the one opponent whose name I cannot remember right now. I want to say Asuka maybe or Lacey. I don't know. She did it to somebody. So yeah, this match was good. Good use of the ladder, destruction, Sammy hiding, being intelligente, Sheamus, Drew going at it, fist for fist. So what I was talking about earlier about my worry being fixed, I was worried about Theory losing to Lashley because even though Lashley needs to win, he needs to be strong. If we're gonna build up Theory to Cena to have that match, he needs to feel like a star. And by losing to Bobby, you weren't gonna do that. But with being a last minute surprise to a match and then winning it, that might do it. Money in the Bank Theory. It remains to be seen if he'll win the title. I mean, it doesn't seem like Roman's going to lose it anytime soon. And I do not see Theory in any world, any dimension, any universe beating the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. So clearly, Theory is either going to have a fail cash in, or whoever is champion in maybe close to a year from now, he'll cash in. But that would mean this probably the person who dethrones Roman, who would then be strong booked, I would assume. So it's weird. This is almost like a notice type of thing, but not as bad. But because of Roman being champ of both belts, can we really see Theory beating Roman? I don't know. I don't think so, but we'll see. Maybe he will beat Roman. Maybe he'll cash in on Roman at some point, and that's how we get the belt off Roman without, protecting him a little bit. So yeah, and the funny thing is that he went back to the top and took a selfie with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Yeah, the match itself was pretty good. I enjoy both Money in the Bank matches this year. Overall, the pay-per-view was very solid. 2 good Money in the Bank matches, an incredible tag team match, a pretty decent Bobby Theory match. Carmella Bianca was fine. Ronda Natalia was not really that good. But the Liv cashing and beating Ronda brings it up there. So, in my opinion, we got a pretty decent fucking pay-per-view here. Better than what I expected. Better than what I thought it was going to be. I was very, very surprised. So, for sure, I can tell you one thing. With Liv Morgan being SmackDown Women's Champion, I will be tuning into SmackDown every week to see what she's doing. Liv, I am very happy for her. Theory, the potential is there. It's just Roman being champion. It makes it's hard for me to swallow that pill of him being Roman. I just do not see it, but the potential is there. He has the talent. He has the charisma. He has the in-ring skill. So we'll see what's up with Theory. Usos keep doing what they're doing. Let's see how Bobby Lashley's run goes. Bianca hopefully gets something better, really. Obviously, it's kind of sucks because it wasn't their fault. Rhea Ripley is hurt or whatever it was. So yeah, but overall, it was a pretty good fucking pay-per-view. I think just with the tag match and the 2 Money in the Bank matches alone make this a worth a watch pay-per-view. A pretty good Theory Bobby match, like I said. The women's matches is where they fell a little short here. Not the Money in the Bank wise, but fell a little short. But they weren't like terrible either. Like I said, Ronda Natalia was just. The problem with that match was what it followed. It followed a fantastic, incredible tag team match that was just fire in all cylinders. So that hurt it, but the Liv cash-in really fucking gave it a boost also. So, yeah, that was my review of Money in the Bank. Money, 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 money. Hope you enjoyed. Like the video if you like. Share, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed. It's been a while since I did one of these wrestling reviews. So, if you missed it, well, enjoy this one. If you didn't, well, still enjoy this one. Ryan Redgrave, out.